The Indonesian Foreign Affairs Ministry recently summoned the acting ambassador of Papua New Guinea following the shooting of a fishing boat from Merauke which killed its captain 2 weeks ago. Now we will dig more about the latest situation with Bapak Judha Nugraha, the Director for Protection of Indonesian Citizens of Foreign Affairs Ministry. Mr. Judha, thank you very much for your time, for coming here to see today's studio.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon. Thank you. So related to the issue that we want to discuss about the issue in Papua New Guinea, the shooting of a fishing boat from Merauke. So how's the latest development about this issue?
Yeah, we received information about the incident on August 22nd in the evening. Soon after we received the information, we established contact with the provincial government of Papua as well as the Port Authority of Merauke to dig more information about the incident. And then we received information on the August 23rd, the fishing vessel, the Indonesian fishing vessel, KMN Calvin 02 have arrived in Merauke, and then the relevant authority in Merauke have done some investigation, autopsy as well as interview to the fishermen. And then based on those information, we summoned the acting ambassador, the Chargé d'Affaires of the PNG embassy in Jakarta to convey our messages. We have conveyed 3 messages.
So what those are, those 3 messages?
Yeah. First, we very much regret about the incident, and we demand clarification as well as full investigation of the incident. And we also demand the perpetrators bring to justice for this. And then we also demand clarification for the detention the other 2 Indonesian fishing vessels, KMN Baraka Paris and KMN Arsila 77.
So actually for this incident, can you explain actually how this incident started actually?
Yeah, based on this information, the Indonesian fishing vessel operate in PNG territories, and then there's patrol from the PNG authorities over there, and then they try to stop the Calvin 02, and then they first give the shooting alert, warnings, and then and then finally the shooting directed to the fishing vessel.
Fishing vessel. Why
but we need further clarification, of course, from the PNG authorities on this incident.
Right, so that's why our Foreign Affairs Ministry conveyed those 3 messages as you mentioned earlier. So about the result of investigation, as you mentioned, because Foreign Affairs Ministry asked for this also, the result of the investigation. So what were the result of that investigation actually?
Yeah, so I can update about the recent development on this. Our ambassador in Port Moresby have met with Prime Minister James Merauke, and then Prime Minister have conveyed condolences for the deceased, Mr. Almarhum Mr. Sugeng, and then asked full investigation. He has instructed full investigation and also give the consular access to the Indonesian embassy to meet the fishermen in Port Moresby, because we have got confirmation that the 2 fishing vessels, Arsila 77 and Baraka Paris, has confirmed being detained by PNG authorities.
You've mentioned earlier as well that from the Papua New Guinea authority, there was some warning, if I'm not mistaken, from them. So if it's so, why did they send the warning? Was it because they broke the rule, entering the zone that should the fishermen goes there, or what the reason behind the warning?
So according to the witness, the interview done by local police in Merauke, yes, it is confirmed that the Calvin 02 have done fishing in the PNG territories.
Right.
Of course, this is breaking the rule because they are crossing the border. But what we do demand from the PNG authorities is investigation, whether the shooting is according to the procedure and whether there is an excessive use of force for this incident.
So that's reason. Yeah, that's why our Foreign Affairs Ministry once again conveyed those three messages. So actually, you've mentioned as well earlier that this incident is officially regretted by many sides from Indonesia and also from Papua New Guinea. So will there be territorial socialization for fishermen in the future after this incident?
Yes, I think socialization is very, very important to prevent another incident. We have held a meeting with the Chief of Border Management of Provincial Papua to intensify the socialization for the Indonesian fishermen. So it is very, very imperative for our fishermen to know about the border. And second, do not take unnecessary risks to cross the border because they are seeking fish in PNG territories.
All right. So for our next question, what measures can be taken to resolve this conflict so it won't happen in any occasion in the future?
Yeah. First, maybe we have to intensify communication with PNG authorities. For cross-border incident like this, we should prioritize persuasion instead of using force for this incident to prevent this incident happening again. And then, of course, socialization, joint patrol. In our part, we can intensify patrol in the border. And then, as I mentioned earlier, that we should also intensify socialization to our own fishermen.
Right. So we believe that this is the only one example of daily activities from your department, Pak Judha, for protecting our citizens, like the dispute between Indonesia and Papua New Guinea for this case. So do you have any other new cases that you are now involving or observing or involving to resolve the problem? Like, for example, maybe the case in Cambodia? Is it still going on or it has been done?
That's still going on.
In Cambodia?
In Cambodia, but for different case. For accurate information that last year, 2021, we handled more than 29,000 cases all over the world.
That's so many. 29,000 cases.
29,000. And the year before, 2020, 44,000.
44,000.
Because of pandemic COVID, of course. Because we see it as an anomaly because of pandemic COVID. The number of cases increasing dramatically. But if we refer 2021 and compare 2019 before the pandemic, the number of cases is increasing.
It's increasing actually. That's 29,000 cases.
So this is a wake-up call for us that yes, government, Indonesian government, in this regard, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and all Indonesian mission offices, we have 128 Indonesian mission offices who handle the protection of Indonesian citizens, have responsibility to provide protection for them. But we should also invest some effort to prevent the cases. And we should then, the prevention mechanism, start from at home in Indonesia.
Interesting. One of the policy is doing the prevention strategy, let's say, for that under your supervision. So could you please elaborate more a bit about how is the strategy of the prevention strategy from your department in Foreign Affairs Ministry?
First, of course, because we are in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also Indonesian mission offices focusing on handling the cases when the cases happen in overseas. So first we provide protection physically, and then we provide legal assistance for them. We also provide shelter. In some embassies, in Indonesian embassies overseas, we have shelter. And then if the cases have been handled, and then we repatriate them to Indonesia, and then we hand over the cases to relevant ministry. So like the Ministry of Social Affairs, when we hand over the cases, they will conduct rehabilitation as well as reintegration to their families in hometown.
Right.
And then we also hand over the cases to Indonesian National Police for necessary legal enforcement. And come back to Cambodian cases. Yeah. In 2021,
Last year,
last year, we handled 119 cases of our Indonesian national being a victim of online scam companies in Cambodia.
based in Cambodia.
And then this year, the number of cases is skyrocketing.
Yes.
So 119 now until August, from January until August, we have handled and repatriated 446 cases.
Wow, 446 is like around 3 times
Three times.
from the previous numbers.
That's right.
Is it still going on right now until, beyond that number, beyond the 400 something?
Yeah, we could see this is like the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
Yeah. So the real number, we still
It could be bigger from the
could be
official
higher.
data.
But then again, we would like to stress that the prevention mechanism should be strengthened. Start at home in Indonesia, because when we repatriate in July, last July, and then early August, Minister Retno have met with the Minister of Home Affairs of Cambodia, as well as the Chief of National Police of Cambodia, to ask their cooperation to save and evacuate our national. And then at that time, during the last two months, July and August, we have been able to repatriate 241.
241.
That's including as part of the total number of 446. But on August 12,
It's just like less than a month ago,
a month ago, we received information that one company tried to charter flight, sending Indonesian migrant workers to Cambodia.
Again, the new cases.
The new cases.
Wow.
Then of course, this company is doing illegal placement to Cambodia, because the company didn't have permission for that. They didn't have legal permit from Ministry of Manpower to do the placement.
Pak Yuda,
This is kind of challenges for
challenging,
all of us.
right? I think this is a new challenge as well, because it's involving the digital platform, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
The online
that's
scam, the recruitment, and etc. It comes from the digital spares. Something that maybe for some other people is not common things, but actually it is still happening.
Yeah.
Even if that our foreign affairs ministry has already been done, try to resolve this problem. So according to your point of view, according to your observation, why is it still happening in terms of the case in Cambodia? Like we are talking right now, it's still going on, right?
Yeah.
The recruiting, the scam online.
Yeah, so there is a strong indication that this case is a case of trafficking in person. So when we are talking about trafficking in person, we are talking about cross-border crime. And that of course, cooperation between country of origin, which is Indonesia, and country of destination, which is Cambodia, should be strengthened. So there are 4 points, I think, that already mentioned by Minister Retno to her counterpart, Minister of Home Affairs of Cambodia at that time. There are 4 pertinent points. First, protection of the victims. So how we can provide quick response to save them and then to repatriate them to Indonesia. Second, about prosecution. And when we are talking prosecution, then we are talking prosecution to trafficker in Indonesia, as well as to companies who exploit our national in Cambodia. Third is about prevention. How both countries can elaborate more on prevention mechanism. And lastly, about policy coherence between the two countries. And in this regard, we have commenced negotiation with Cambodia to establish the MOU on combating transnational organized crime. And we hope that this MOU could be signed soon.
Soon, yeah. So in sum up, can you explain to us as well how's the response from the Cambodian side? I mean, do they respond well, or they have some more initiative for in this case?
Yeah, the Cambodian authorities, especially from the Cambodian National Police, have demonstrated some effort to save and then evacuate our Indonesian national over there. And then we also see from the media there are some prosecution also for the companies in Sihanouk village especially.
Sihanouk village, right.
And then lastly, we also got confirmation that the draft of the MOU, we have sent the draft of the MOU on combating transnational organized crime in October 2020 at that time. So it has been 2 years, and the Cambodian part have give commitment to send the counter draft for us to sign and then conclude the negotiation as quickly as possible.
So is there any already the date when will be the signing of the MOU?
Not yet. Yeah.
All right, so maybe our last question. So what are the challenges and main problem does the Foreign Affairs Ministry face in terms of protection strategy in overall of all Indonesian citizens in the world? I mean, the case should be varied, yeah?
Yes.
It's not just a single case type, really complicated, I believe.
Yeah.
So what are the challenges?
So the challenges is, of course, when we are talking about providing protection for our national overseas, we have to look at it comprehensively. Yeah? When we are talking about protection, then we should provide protection in all stages of migration. Yeah? Pre-departure, during employment overseas, and after employment overseas. So when we are talking about protection in all phases of migration, then it needs all stakeholders, be it from government, from civil society, from provincial government, local government, as well from community, from media affairs as well. So with regard to the communities, it is important for us to provide understanding, and to give public education about how to migrate overseas for employment safely. So safe migration is the key. For
safe migration.
Safe migration. Safe, orderly migration is the key for us to provide better protection for our national.
All right, Mr. Judha Nugraha, the Director for Protection of Indonesian Citizens of the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Thank you very much for your time and for your explanation.
Thank you, Mr. Ake.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.